Oh boy, that is a beautiful question. There was something in his heart that told my heart, this guy's really being true to me. Jare, he says, how would you like to coach wrestling at Olivet College? I wanted to be involved in sports somehow. And look what it got me. Coach, thanks for everything you did for me. I said, what did I do for you? I don't know, you know, and I was down there all those years. 40, 50 guys in that little old room that we had down there. And to this day, I don't know, I don't know how I made it work. Just got done talking and I just blared out, oh yeah! And the kids went, oh yeah! If you come with me, I'll take care of you if you let me. If you let me. Let me sit here.
Yep, sit there.
Oh wow, you got it all set up. As I said, my mom and dad were Studebaker workers. They left before I went to school. They came home, I was out playing around. I'd come home, eat, go to bed. I didn't have a lot of time with my mom and dad. I had some mentors, coaches, who showed me a lot of love and care. And these coaches sort of took me in, not knowing anything about my background, and I looked up to them. I saw how they worked with people, how they talked to people. That sort of stuck with me without me even realizing it. And hey, they were showing other kids interest too, I'm sure. But somehow it really latched on to me. That apparently touched me in a way that I wanted to do for others as they did for me in their profession. But I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a coach like them. You know, when I recruit kids, and a lot of times their parents would be in the office with me too, you know, and we talk about wrestling and you know, because that's why they're coming to begin with, right? And I'd say to them, well, you know, you're coming here basically because we have a wrestling program and you're a wrestler and you want to wrestle. But the most important thing you're going to get out of coming out to Olivet is an education. And that education is going to make a lifetime for you. And I says, Olivet's going to take care of that for you. And there's one more thing. If you come here, I'm going to take care of you. What do you mean by that? Well, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to be on you. I'm going to be after you. I'm going to make sure you're doing the right things. I'm going to make sure you're getting that education and everything is going right. But I'm here for you. You're not going to be able to talk to mom and dad face to face every day. You can talk to me. If you have a problem, you're going to come to me and I'm going to take care of you. I wasn't saying it just for the sake of, you know, landing a kid. I was saying it because I meant it. You come to me, I'll take care of you. You know, my wife used to say that at home all the time. You got to suffer to be beautiful. And I was thinking, you know, God, these guys are working their tail off in that room, you know, beating into each other, wrestling tough, you know, and helping each other out and just sacrificing all, you know, suffering. They're suffering, man. But you know, at the end, it's beautiful. They're winners. You gotta work hard. You gotta suffer to be beautiful. You just can't go through the motions and think you're gonna win. You gotta suffer to be beautiful. Give it all you have and see what happens at the end. But you know, after we'd come back from a wrestling meet, there's a lot of times I'd give the kids a hug. Some of those kids I'd give a peck on the cheek and say, I love you. And I had a coach who came and helped me out. He wrestled for Michigan State. He told me one day, he says, you know, Coach, he says, I can't understand why you give those guys a little hug like that and tell them you love them. He said, I just can't buy that. He said, I like everything else you're doing, but he's, you know, for somehow it's a little sensitive to me. Well, he left me and took a job at Grand Haven. 2 years later, after he was coaching Grand Haven, I get a call from him. And he says, Coach, he says, I want to tell you something. He says, you remember what I told you down in the locker room about those hugs and kisses? He says, that's my most important coaching that I do with the kids. That's my most important thing. There you go. Olivet really took care of me. and it was just, it was a great term that I had in teaching and coaching. Gee, as I said, the love that they give me back, you know, it just, you know, it's a neat love. We always hug each other and we say, I love you, coach. I think that, you know, to me, that's family. That's what keeps you together.